Right, back on with the Mexi this time. I've got the body in the air and it's over the floor pan there. So what I'm going to do first is remove the heater channel. And to do that, first of all, I'm going to drill out all these spot welds at the front here. Cut the channel in 2 pieces so that I'm not fighting with a piece that's too big. And I'll deal with a bit at the back next. Ready? Right, that's all those welds drilled out there. There seems to be just a few at the bottom here. And then inside.
So that's all the welds drilled out, and the front section of the channel now completely removed.
I'm going to cut the channel off and then grind back to that, because that seems to be the easiest way to do it.
Apart from a bit of cleaning up, it's ready for the new one to be welded in. So onto the back part now. On the outside here, there are a load of spot welds to be drilled out along that seam there, and also this next shot just gives you a good view of just how rotten the back of this car was. All that obviously needs cutting out and replacing. Bottom of the B pillar, the body is welded to the channel there. There's a load of spot welds along that lip there, and then into the cross member itself. And also the heater tube is welded on with a blob of weld there, and a couple at the back that'll need to be cut out too. So here I am just grinding down the weld to remove the piece at the bottom of the B pillar. You can also see the brace that I made there to hold the doorway in the correct shape. It's actually bolted to the seatbelt mount. So all the welds dug out now, all the spot welds drilled out, and that's all of the old channel now removed.
Right, here's how it was left last night. So this is the back wheel, back suspension cover plate there. All the channels removed. We've got this massive hole here that needs addressing, and the bottom of the cross member is rotten as well. So today's plan is to clean all this up. Might even take some of that filler off there, see how far back that goes, and then put the new channel in. As you can see, it's all gone, which is good. This is the new floor, which is nice and solid, and at the front there, where the channel was there, and obviously the A-pillar itself as well needs repairing. So I'm going to concentrate today on getting the channel in, I think, which means cleaning up as much of this as I need to get the channel in, and bolting the channel to the floor, and then dropping the body back down onto it to get it lined up properly, and then get it welded into place, or at least get it lined up. I'll see how I do time-wise, but that's the plan for today. Right, a couple of days later, the heater channel is now sat in place. It's tacked in, just see the tacks there, and at the bottom of the B pillar, just there. That's the only place it's held in at the moment. I'm just making sure everything's right before I weld it in finally. So the next thing I'm going to do is tack the A pillar repair in, which dictates the position of the door hinges, and then I can put the door back on, make sure the door fits properly and everything lines up, and then when I'm happy with it all, I can finalise welding this in. I'm not sure I'm going to do it fully yet, because this cross member at the back needs replacing as well, or at least part of it needs replacing. There's none of it there. So I think what I'll do is I'll get the A-pillar in, make sure the channel's in the right place, the door opens properly, and then see about repairing this back end before I do any more further welding on the channel. Right, there's the A-pillar repair in. I've had the door on and off, the door's just there. It fits nicely, it shuts properly, lines up correctly at the bottom and everything, so that's all good. I did say I was going to tackle that back end next, but while the body is down on this frame, it's a bit awkward getting under there, so I'm going to fill that hole in there instead, because it's much easier to do. I'll get the body up on the lift and get underneath it to do that back end there, because there's no point scrabbling around on the floor. So yeah, that's the next piece. I shall tackle that. Just one little thing to note, this heater duct that goes up to the windscreen has a little spigot on the heater channel, but it's a bit shorter on the replacement channel than the original, so there's a danger it's going to spring off. So I'm just going to pull it down tight and just put a couple of self-tappers through the plastic into the actual metal itself, just to hold it down like that, because once all this is boxed in, there's no way to get at that, and I don't want it coming off.
On the wing,
so
and also
yeah, I'll just do that first.
The repair. It's not fully welded in yet, but it's looking good so far. So next onto the rear cross member. First, dig off all the factory seam sealer with a wire brush and an angle grinder. It's quite messy, but not that difficult. And then with the welds drilled out, slot the new piece into place. Onto the back corner now. You can see slightly out of sequence these pictures, but I marked out the rust and then cut it out. There is a panel to go in there, but I will deal with that later.
Right, with the cross member piece just clamped in place there, I think the next thing to do really is to have a look just how far this rot goes under here. What I'm going to do is get the wire brush on the grinder, take the seam sealer off around here, and see what I can see. I might have to take this piece off, possibly the piece behind it. Might have to take the entire body mount off, which is along that line there, because looking through that hole, see the hole there, there looks to be a bit of rot inside there as well. So yeah, I'm going to take the seam sealer off first, certainly put the torch back, certainly around this area here, and just see how far this rot goes. That yellow line there is the extent of the repair panel that wraps around here. It comes way up here, so there's no issues there, but obviously I can't go much further back than that without needing to make a patch piece to go in there. So yeah, clean all that up next, and then we'll see what's what from there. Right, now that I've got the seam sealer and the stone chip stuff off here, I can now see that this is the edge of the body mount, and it's actually the body mount panel itself. This line continues across the top there and then down here somewhere, but it's the body mount itself that's rotten. So I know somebody who's got some genuine VW ones for sale, so what I'll do is I'll get those off him, and then once I've got those in my hand I can see exactly what I'm dealing with here. So for now I'm going to leave this. So yeah, slightly frustrating video this time, I think. I have actually done a fair bit. I've got the channel in, it's fairly well welded on. The door is back in, and as you can see up here, lines up beautifully. Nice gap, so that's all good. The A-pillar is almost fully welded in, I just need to finish that off. The channel is again almost fully welded in, but it's all come to a stop now because there's no point putting anything in back here without replacing the body mount. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe and all that. Click the bell, and I will see you next time. Thanks very much.